So if what we have seen so far is you can create a variable and you can transmit it to a UI. This is basically one-way binding. Okay, so like say for in this lightning input, whatever value you give will appear over there, like we saw it in the initial message which was passed. And how do you bind the methods? So normally, like how do you have an event and method binding? So now you can create methods in JavaScript files to react to changes. Okay, so it's a normal JavaScript syntax. You'll say function name, and you will get a event parameter passed to it. So you can use the event.target.name, event.target.value. All of that can be used to track it if you use the onChange event. Alright, this function will receive a whatever is in the keyboard input or whatever is the tag name. So like say, and you call it like you put it in single curly braces, double curly braces, and call the method. Okay. Of course, you'll have to use if you're using variables, you'll have to import this three tags: Lightning Element, API, and track. So basically, and all these methods will have to be inside the class. Okay, it has to be inside your core class for your JS file. Now once you create a method, now the challenge here is so far we were only transmitting data, but let us see how to get the data back. So basically you'll have to use tags, like let us see what I'm talking about here. Let me go over here. Now when I am in this, I'm giving a value over here. Now whatever is getting saved over here, now I want to get that value. Alright. Now I want to get that value. So I want to get what is the value in this course dot whatever value changes in the UI. Now here what I'm doing is I'm explicitly clicking a button and changing the value. I don't want that to happen. If I make a change here, I want to track it. Yep. So let's go about seeing how to achieve this. So basically what you will do is you will use tags like lightning input to first gather input. Then you'll also use it to bind and react to input changes. Simple, like you'll have a lightning input tag and you will not only gather the data, you'll also bind methods and react to input values using methods. So you'll use attributes like name. You'll give the input tag a name which you can use to track it in the method. Okay. Then onChange value will be used to track what has changed, and then you will give a value to assign a variable to it. So value basically contains the binds to variables that you create in your JS file. Whatever you expose as either API or track is the one which gets binded. Now, but this is only one-way binding. If you want two-way binding, you have to handle the event and explicitly bind the value to the variables. So one way will transmit the value, but it is not going to hold the value for you. Okay, it will show the value, but it is not going to. If you make a change to it, the API value or @track value will not store the changes. You can give a name, amount, like so identify the tag, and on change you want to call a method. And in the method, what we do here is we check what is the value, what is the name, what is the target which is coming emanating, which is and on the change it will fire this event. And in the event you're going to check what is the tag which is fired, what is the name of the tag, and then we can check the value of it. Now the two-way binding is completed. So now if you want to say this dot amount, which is a local variable within your JS file, that will get updated. Okay, now the variables is updated with whatever user has entered in the input tag. So let's see what I'm talking about. So here I'm going to build a calculator HTML. So let us see. First and foremost, I've already created these three files here. So these are like the same way. I have HTML, I have a JS file, and it has a method here. I have imported API track, and I say export default calc_c2. Okay, so let's build this. I'm going to build a simple return interest calculator. So I'm going to create a couple of variables here, which I'm going to say amount. I'm going to initialize some variables to 0. Tenure is 0. This has to be declared within the class. I'm sorry. So let's say API returns equal to 0. Alright, so this is going to calculate the 0, and first thing I'm going to do is get changes. Okay, and I'm going to select the E parameter. Now this is a JavaScript parameter which will always give me the value over here. Alright, so before we go ahead and do this, and I want to calculate, I'll also have a calculate method. Again, it's going to take an E parameter. I may not use it. So these are the two methods that I will add over here. So earlier what I was doing is, in my hello world, I had sent the value from here. So right now I'm assigning 0 to all. So let me take a lightning input here. And go to HTML, and I'm going to build this form here. And now this is going to take the amount. This is going to take the tenure, okay? And I'm going to also create a button. Right now it's not going to do anything. Come back to my HTML, and I'm going to say title, label, I'm going to say calculate. Alright, so with this my method, and it's going to call the change value. Instead of that, I'm going to call calculate here. Okay, so my basic methods have got set here. So what I'm doing here is, I'm going to say I have entered a value equal to amount, value equal to tenure, which is created in my calc2.js. Is going to reflect that. Alright, so one more thing I'll do is I'll create a on change on amount and show you the one-way binding. What I mean by one-way binding, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to call the get changes. I'm going to call say get changes. Alright, so from this on the change of this, I'm going to call the get changes. So I'm going to say enter amount, enter tenure, and I'm going to trap the values over here. Alright, so I'm going to save all of this, and first and foremost I'm going to just, and also in the calculate, I'm going to set the returns to this dot amount into this dot tenure. Just for now, it's not the most best of calculation. So this is a simple calculation here. What it is doing is it is assigning a value here, and I can now just show it over here, right? Returns, I'll say returns. Alright, so I'm going to calculate this return and come back over here. So now let us see how this works. Okay, so what I need to do, it's telling three problems here: is defined but never used. So yeah, now this is something that we have to handle over here. You can do a quick fix here, or do not pass the parameter unless you use it for now. Alright, so that will solve it. Track is defined but not used. Alright, so let's remove the track too. So let's save all of this and let's export this to the server. So what we have done is we have declared three variables, two methods, and in the calculate what we are doing is we are getting the value, trying to calculate. So as per our logic, we should get our calculation done on change, get changes. And one more thing I'll add over here is in the get changes, I'm going to say console.log this dot amount, the value. Yeah, this is now map. What I'm trying to do here is whatever value is entered over here, we have done one-way binding, right? It's going to come here. So let's say amount is 500 by default. Let's give it a default value of 500. Save all. So let's see how all of this works. Now when we head back over here to the application, we give it a couple of refreshes. And alright, so we also have to include the component. So yeah, we have this. So if you see here, I have already included this component here, so that you know how to do that now. So I just included the component here, so it shows the one-way binding here. Now let me do one thing over here, and let me also open up developer tools. First and foremost, let me open the developer tool, see in the console whether I'm getting the value. So here I'm just trying to continue here in the Google Chrome, which gives a better consoling. So let's go down all the way here and let's make some change to this. Now let's see what's happening. Now if you see here, there is no two-way binding happening. It is throwing back the old value. Yeah, I've changed it to 500, but I still keep getting the old value. So now this is a problem. Alright, so now if I calculate, it's of no use, I need to get the latest value. So it doesn't calculate anything, everything is 0. So even if I enter something, it just takes nothing is happening. So let us change. So this is what I'm talking about. This is one-way binding. Now whatever value is over here is not getting carried into the this.amount. Because if you see in the console.log, we are doing a this.amount which is mapped to this. So let's see how to work on this, how to fix this. First thing is we have to introduce two methods on change. Add the attributes and let's give it a name here. Okay, now let's use the name attribute AMT for AMT and name is equal to 10. So for this tag, so now we have two tag names also. Now let's go to the calculator.js and let's now what we'll do here is let's see the console.log of now we can use the parameter event. Okay, now what this is going to do is it's going to return the parameter. So here what we have to do is we have to explicitly get the value e.target. This is normal JavaScript. Okay, e.target.value. Now we can also do one thing. We can say if e.target.value.name. Now we are given it a name equal to amount. Then we will say this to be done. Else this dot tenure equal to. So we within the same method what we are doing is we are changing two values. Now what does this do? Let us do one thing. Instead of this we will say e.target.name and we will also get the e.target.name will return the name value associated with the tag. Okay, so let us see that e.target.name, e.target.value, e.target.name will return the tag name, and so you can compare it, and if it is amount you're going to put the value into amount, otherwise you're going to put the value into tenure. So this is how you bind it. Okay, so it doesn't automatically bind it for you. Now let's save all. Okay, so now this will calculate and assign the value, but this is going to finally assign it to this dot data. So now let us do one thing. Let's save all and head back to the. Now let's deploy this too. So now git.changes, this is a normal JavaScript object. This will get the name, value. Now compare the value. Now you have to give 3 equal tos. Okay, and if you do that, what we are doing here is now we are assigning the value. Whatever value is assigned to the UI in the tag will get returned to this. There is a small error here. Save all again. Always keep all your semicolons in check because you can run into errors. So since this is a single statement, I don't need to give the curly brace. So let's now refresh this. And let's head down. Now if I make a change, now see here the whole value comes over here. The name of that console log as well as the value. Now let's say tenure is 4. It throws the name, and now when I calculate, now this gets updated. So this is two-way binding. Okay, so you are first of all sending the value from the JS file to the UI, and from the UI you are transmitting the data back as e.targeted value and assigning it back to the JS value. Okay, so pause the video here and complete this, both one-way and two-way binding as well as the methods. So how the key learnings here is we have to use e.target.name and value, which parameters, and all this are to be inside your lightning element. Okay, and expose them as public. Try this out. So basically when you click the calculate is working. Now why don't I have E? If you're not using that object, don't include it in the code. So I'm not using E. E is an event, okay, the keyboard event, and it also identifies the tag name. So here it assigns it back to this. Now it gets updated amount, and the console log also works, and tenure also works. And now when I calculate, now I know the JavaScript values I got filled, so it's going to calculate the value. So let me change it to say 10. Okay, so now this works seamlessly. So stop it over here and practice this whole thing. Then we can proceed.